It has been hooning it down with rain for the last 24 hours. As you can see, it has just stopped, but it's going to be rain, showers, storms on and off. So we're just going to make the most of it. We've got our rain jackets. I have a small umbrella. Let's see how this goes. It does sound very interesting where we're going, so we'll see you there.
We're ready.
Okay, so we are here. It's still raining a bit. I think we're just going to do it, are we?
Yeah, we've got rain jackets.
We got rain jackets. It's not as heavy as it was. So we're going to go see. Apparently, they're still doing an audio tour that you can use. So I think we're probably going to head over there and see if see where we get that audio tour, or whether we have to download an app or something. So let's go do that. The only problem that we do have is that Roxy can't walk very far because she's very, very old. We have to take that into consideration. What can she do? About a mile now?
Yeah.
About a mile. It was a mile and a half when we started this whole adventure.
No, it's 2.5 miles when we started.
It was 2.5 miles and she struggled, but
okay.
She can do a mile and she could do a mile and a half. Okay, and now it's about a mile, and then she starts to struggle, and just kind of we have to pull her along or carry her. So, right, let's go get wet, guys. You ready? So it's a very nice place here, and I never really heard about it, but basically this is the missions. There are 5 missions here, or missionaries. I guess missionaries are people, missions are the complexes, and basically it's where the Spanish came up long before, well, not long before, but during the same time as, it became the United States of America in the, was it 17th, 18th and 19th centuries?
Yes.
So a long time ago. And the Spanish would come up, and they were Catholics, and so they basically set up camp here to spread the Catholic word around, and there are 5 missionaries here in total. I don't think we'll see all 5, and I'm not even going to try to say the names of them because I speak no Spanish at all. I could barely even read them if I'm honest, but yeah, I mean it's a pretty crazy place. I mean, you can tell. I never realised such old places existed here, and it's very similar to some of the places that you'll see in Europe. Some of the way they build things, the construction methods, the design and things like that. So it's kind of cool to see. I never thought I'd see anything like this in Texas, but this has actually been placed in the World of Historic Places by United Nations. So I think that happened in 2015, 2005 maybe. But yeah, it's the first place in Texas to have that label. So it's very cool actually. It's much better than I thought this was going to be. Our plan has worked pretty well. There is no one here. We've seen maybe 4 people. We've kept our distance. Jax and Roxy look very happy. Roxy hates walking in the rain, but today she's just ignoring it and she's fine. So that's good. We can relax tonight. And it hasn't stopped raining, but we found one little shelter here that we're stood in at the moment, and it's pretty cold actually. It's been like really warm during the week, and then suddenly today it's gone very, very cold. So it's a bit of a bummer because it's a Saturday, so that's when we do stuff. So yeah, we're going to carry on walking around, and then we're going back. We're going to get some food. Natalie said I can get lunch. We're going to get some lunch on the way back if we can get a takeout. So excited. Basically this place is there's obviously the main building over there, which is kind of the church and the living area, and then there's all these small places around which are obviously the like rooms or the houses that they are, and every now and then you'll see these. They're like pizza ovens,
They
aren't
are,
they?
yeah.
So they're just like small ovens, and you obviously start the fire in there, and then you put your food in, and it's for cooking. So there's maybe one per 10 houses, maybe.
Yeah.
So here's something I didn't know. So actually most of these small houses are called jacals or jacalis. That's about as far as my Spanish goes. But yeah, they were actually here, and they were converting the Indians, the native Indians, to Catholicism. So all of this area that we're walking through now is actually for the Indians to stay. So this is where the Indians would stay, and they'd wash their clothes and live here. And do the normal things that they would do. They'd still obviously all hunt their own food at that time. You know, we're talking 300-400 years ago, so they were still hunting for food. But yeah, this was kind of a modern place to live at that time for them. What do you know? As I said, I don't really know much about this place, but it's amazing the technology they had to build like these metal chairs and trash cans. I mean, you know, they cook in brick ovens and things, yet, you know, they obviously take, you know, trash collection very seriously and sitting down. So 300 years ago, it's amazing, amazing. So as well as the ovens, like I said, they actually had wells scattered around as well. So here is a well behind me that they would have used. They would have put the bucket up there and then lowered it down. I don't actually know if what I just said is true, but it looks like a well to me, and that makes sense. So if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. There's maybe a 5% chance I'm wrong, but this looks very much like a well to me. Does it look like a well? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, we think it's a well. Hopefully you can hear me, because my camera is so wet and the microphone is drenched, so I'm hoping this is working. But I just noticed something really cool that I don't know whether this is normal or not, but this parking sign here is on a spring. How cool is that? So you can just back into it and it will just bounce around and not damage your car. This is a crazy day. So if you've seen our past videos, you've seen that we have wind hitting the microphone. So I've got a dead cat, which is a big furry thing that's meant to block out the wind. It doesn't work very well, if I'm honest, but yeah, it's literally looks like a dead rat. I don't even know if you can hear this, because it just looks like a massive dead rat on the top of the microphone, but good luck. So it's amazing that even 400 years ago, they had a water fountain and restrooms with signs on. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Okay, we're now in the third one, which is Mission Espada. It says, please do not leave valuables in your car. We never learn, because we have. We can see it, it's only over there. So here we are. Hey Natalie, what is this place?
This is a sacred place, holy ground. Please respect the final resting place of those who built this mission.
So, all she did is read the big words, if I'm honest. She didn't read any of this about the history. She literally just read holy ground, a sacred place. It took me a while to get this camera out and do it, so she obviously... Where was the other bit that you read? Oh look, this last paragraph. So she read this bit, a sacred place, and then holy ground, and then she read this last paragraph.
You know, I fixed your camera. You could be nice.
The actual important bit in the middle with actually the interesting history, she didn't read that. Did you look at the picture? You looked at the picture and the big words in the last paragraph. Picture, big words, the last paragraph. That's all you need. For a moment there, Natalie was looking at this sign. And I thought, oh my god, she's actually reading that sign. No, she just looked at the picture. So this is kind of cool. These are actually, it reminds me of the old Roman walls that we have all throughout the UK. I actually grew up in a place called St Albans, which had the Roman Abbey, the St Albans Abbey there, and there's a place called Verulamium where they have all of the Roman walls and things, which is, never really appreciated it before, but I'm getting old now. I find that stuff interesting, it's weird. But this is actually the church that was here, and it's quite cool how they haven't rebuilt it. They've just kept the remains here, but you can see how everything was. The altar would have been up on that side, and there's one main door here and one there, and then there's a little house behind it. So I like it. They've kept it natural.
And we've got Laurence's great narration. Because he's wussed out, he doesn't want to get wet, and he's cold, and he's hungry. So I will take you to the last mission. This one is Concepcion, and it's the last one in this area. As I think Laura said before, the Alamo is in downtown as San Antonio, and it is closed. Out of the last one, and it's still raining, still miserable.
I'm drenched. We've just named this Everywhere Rain because it is everywhere. I'm soaked everywhere apart from my hand. I know it's a bit wet, but yeah, everywhere. It just got everywhere. This is not a fun day for me.
Laurence doesn't like British rain, as I call it, drizzle. But anyway, on a nicer note, we are going to try a Tex-Mex, which is a Texan Mexican, I guess. We were highly recommended to go to a Cafe Blanco, but that was right in the middle of San Antonio, and we don't fancy going back into the city today. So we're gonna try somewhere local in Schertz, called Garcia's. I'm not a big fan of Mexican food, so I'm not really sure what to order yet, but we'll keep you updated.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. So Mexican food in the US, for the Brits, Mexican food in the US is... Hold on.
We're going to be coming off at 1:42,
This one.
You're good.
Sorry guys, totally missed my turning here. So Mexican food in the US is everywhere, and for the US people, Mexican food is not everywhere in the UK. It is in the UK every now and then, but it's not like everywhere like it is here. So we tried a few Mexican places, and we haven't been. It's not really our thing.
No.
However, a colleague of mine took me to one, and it was amazing. So I'm trying to recreate that. So I'm very excited about this, especially after what we've just seen, all the like history of all of that. So I'm excited. Natalie's not so much.
Where you going?
In the park here?
Beef enchiladas and green cheese nachos.
Yes.
Any hot sauce for you?
Yeah.
So we got back, picked up our food. Looks amazing. Haven't tried it yet. You'll have to excuse the mess in the background because we're just hungry and we want to eat. And we've got some stuff here.
We don't usually use
Here
the
we go.
dining table. What did you get? Is that your stomach?
I've been starving since about 11 o'clock this morning, yeah. So I got the beef...
Burrito dinner.
I got the beef burrito dinner, and Natalie got the...
Beef enchiladas. I don't know what that is.
They both look the same.
They do.
Just in a different box, but here we go.
Stop begging. Tasty. So that was my first beef enchilada, it's pronounced, ever. It was nice. Yes, thank you, Garcia's. It was a bit cold, but to be fair, it is Quarantino season and they were ram-packed. So I'm guessing the food had probably been sat there a little while.
And we had to drive home.
So, you know, but the nachos were lovely and different. I'd never seen them like that before, but they were really tasty. And Laurence's meal was lovely. I liked his. I probably preferred his, honestly. And that was a burrito?
Beef burrito.
Fajita burrito. Fajita beef burrito.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, anyway, thank you, Garcia's, for feeding us tonight. And our first Tex-Mex in Texas. So, we're just Rude. We're just packing up. And leaving Stone Creek RV Park. I'm sad because this is the one with the nice big agility fields and it's just been amazing. I love it. This is where if we have to quarantine, I'm coming back here. Absolutely. But we are heading over to Alvarado, which is just south of Texas. Not Texas, what a knob. Ugh, it's too early. So now we are heading over to Alvarado, which is just south of Dallas. Hopefully it's open because I'm starting to hear that all the campsites are shutting down. So that's not good for us. If that happens, we might have to go home. Having said that, this place in Schertz, Sanantonio, she said we could come back here. So, and I would. I like the agility fields. Anyway, we're late packing up again. It's now 11:39. I don't know what the checkout time is. The lady she wasn't bothered. She said this site's going to be available for another week or so. So no rush. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, it's quite tight, isn't it? You got this, Laurence.
Can you just check the back's not going to hit that car?
Okay.